Okay, so who are we here with today?
I'm here by myself.
And what's your name?
James Hogan.
James?
Hogan.
Okay. Nice to meet you, James. And can you just tell me just the beginning of your life story, the beginning of where you were raised, how you were raised?
I was raised at Laird and Eglinton in Leaside and lived there until I was about sixth place. I'm a licensed auto mechanic of over 40 years, and that's what I've been doing all my life. But I've had injuries to my back and my leg, and that's why I'm living in a senior's home, you know.
Okay.
I can take care of myself. I don't need help, but I just got to go easy with my body.
And
other than that, that's where I'll be living for the rest of my life.
And how old are you again?
I'm 43 or 63. I just turned 63 this past Christmas Eve.
Okay, so you're not homeless. You do have shelter.
Oh yeah, I do now.
Okay.
I was in a shelter, but it was a 5-star hotel, so it was cool. They fed you and whatnot, and I got put on a waiting list to get a new apartment. That'd be it. I've been there about 3 months now.
3 months?
Yep.
And before that, how long was you?
I was in the shelter for 8 months.
8 months?
Yep.
And before that,
I had a place to live.
You had a place to live?
Yeah, I lived in a house.
Okay, and with regards to your childhood, can you just tell me a bit about that? And
as in what?
As in how was it? Did you have everything you needed? Did you have a place
Yeah, everything was pretty good until my mom and dad divorced, and everything started going downhill.
That's when it went downhill?
Yeah.
And
then when everything was straightened out, they did their divorcey thing, and I moved in with my grandmother because my grandfather died the day before. So I lived with her until I was 16, 17, and that was it. I was out on my own for the rest of my life.
And have you witnessed, as you may know, the homeless situation's getting worse and worse. Like, what advice would you have for the government in order to help people? Just to help.
Well, my dad was on his own.
Yeah.
And he was still working though. He worked for Universal Motion Pictures. He wasn't an actor. He was just behind the scenes. He worked in an office, a head office. Other than that, like I said, I'm basically doing now, which I will be for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And if you had 2 wishes today, 2 wishes, what would those 2 wishes be?
Oh geez, that's actually a toughie. I know. Get my driver's license back so I can have a car.
Okay.
And it was $10,000 in fine because I kept getting stopped for driving under suspension.
Yeah.
And they added up. But it was $10,200. Guess how much I got left?
How much?
$200 to pay.
You have
That's
only
it.
$200
Yeah,
after
out of 10 grand. But right now, it's not the end of the month. I plan on paying that, but then it's been so long since I had my driver's license.
Yeah.
I got to go through the whole written test again, the driving, which is not a problem because I still drive once in a while. But
okay.
I'm trying not to. I don't want to go to jail. I've been going to jail now the last few times. They said, you're not paying your fines? Well, we're going to teach you a lesson. So I started doing 2 months here, 2 months there.
And that's how you cut down the amount?
Yeah.
It wasn't through help of people?
No, it was just me.
Okay.
Over the years, certain money, I just kept depositing. And
so you literally have 200 left?
That's all.
That's
I was shocked. I checked this out about maybe 3 months ago, and I was at Service Ontario. What was I getting? Oh, a new health card. And then I saw over on the other side, automotive division or whatever.
Yeah.
So I went, let me go find out what my fines are now.
Yeah.
So I went, she approved my ID and who I am. She comes back and says, boy, I had a lot of fines. And I go, oh, fuck, I know, just tell me how much. She says, yeah, you had a lot of fines. You only owe $200.
Wow.
I went, so if I paid that $200, do I still have to do it all over again like I did? And go, yeah, you haven't had your license for God knows how many years.
How many years?
30 to 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So think about how many times I got pulled over for driving under suspension. Think about I already told you the money, but think about all the different times I've been in jail. I'd say up to 3 years if you put them all together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long would you say you've done in jail, like the whole of your whole life? Like how many?
That's what I just said.
Just
total would be 3 to 4 months or years.
Yeah.
But that's 10 years or 20 years worth of jail off and on.
Yeah.
Most of it was weekends.
So you're
at the old Mimico jail. Now they tore that down. Now it's a super jail.
Oh, wow.
It used to be old army barracks
Did it?
back in the Second World War, yeah. And they converted into a place to live.
Yeah. And what would your second wish be? Because that was your first.
Oh yeah, that was a long one.
Yeah.
Geez, I don't know. I guess just to be comfortably living, money and whatnot.
So
That's
basically a stable job?
yeah. No job. I can't work anymore.
Okay, so
I broke my what's it called? My back.
back.
I broke my hip. I broke all the bones in both my feet. I can't work. There's just no way. I jumped off here. Here you can throw this in. I jumped off the second floor balcony to avoid hitting my wife. We were having an argument, or no, my girlfriend. And she blocked the door, and I don't believe in hitting a woman, let alone a man.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, "Oh, you're not going to move out of my way? Well, I don't want to push you because you can sue me for assault." So I stormed right out, and I wailed over the railing. Yeah. I did it once before, but I hang dropped.
Wow.
So it wasn't so far.
Yeah.
And I survived that. But that second time I did, I busted every goddamn. I was on my hands and knees getting around for 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So
just for not hitting a girl.
That's good. That's
you
good
get in trouble for hitting a girl.
That's good on you, man. I
oh yeah,
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
What men do, right?
I'm like that, man. I've never hit a girl
right?
in my fucking life. I don't even like hitting a guy unless they give me no choice.
Yeah, no choice. To protect yourself.
Yep.
And so, in a nutshell, what would it be? Like, how would you describe what you just said in a nutshell? Like you said, stability. Would that
stability?
Be
I just want to leave, have a good life. I just said I'm 63 years old. I don't know when.
63.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Nowhere near 60.
I don't look. I know everybody says that.
Yeah, okay.
You know why that is? Because I eat proper. Yeah, I drink beer. I used to drink every kind of liquor you could think of, hard stuff.
Yeah.
I quit it all. All I do is drink a light beer now. That's it. That's all.
So I think that's the secret.
Yeah.
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 So
I smoke weed.
Yeah. So since it's winter time, man, like, don't you feel bad for the people that are homeless?
Fucking right, I do,
man. What would be the first thing the government should do in order
more housing?
More housing.
That's my only answer I'll give you.
Yeah.
More housing so these people aren't on the fucking street, especially in the winter time.
And not rehab, right? Just they need shelter in the
wintertime. See how they work out in the shelter, and if they need rehab, then they put them, there's a process to it.
Don't
I've sort of been through it, but not as bad as these people. I've never been on the street. One time I was on the street for a week, and I made some calls, and I got a place after 1 week, and it was summertime. Wow. So you could just find a nice warm place. It was good.
Wow, that's good, man. Thank you for everything. And could you just spell your first and last name for me? It's for my typing later on.
James, James, Hogan, Hogan.
Okay. Thank you for everything, man. And
no, sir.
It was pleasure. It was pleasure.
Yeah, no problem, man.
I'm out here in the street trying to
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought, as we were walking to your car, I go, I hope this guy isn't a scammer. You know, all these scammers are out there, and they'll do it any way, shape, or form. Possible, and I've never had this, right? And you said,
people on my channel that please, this guy's really trying to give back to the community, and when you do see him, be open to him, and he will look after you. Can you just give him the message?
Yeah. Oh, well, if there's a homeless person, you mean? Yeah, any homeless person, male or female.
It doesn't matter.
If I see them in a situation, I'll do something. Like all the guys that come around by the beer store and then over here they sit with a cup in front of them. I give them all the time, man.
That's good.
Today I couldn't because I didn't have any money. Well, I do now, but I was going to go buy a beer.
All right, then. Thank you very much.
Not a problem, dude.
Conclude everything. It was
good
a
stuff.
pleasure.
Hey, no problem, man.